those clue tapes.
You
know what them sessions used to be like? Do you know what them sessions used to be like?
Was like that's what we got.
Like, well, give me a story, a good story about making a clue tape.
No, how about this? Reservoir Dogs.
That shit was
when they called us to the studio and it was funny. Nobody really knew who they was coming there to work with. It was just different people just started showing up.
Right.
Mano, him, me, Stack, but nobody. Joe.
Mano was
Joe
like fresh
came
home
to see
too.
me.
Mano was like fresh home.
Right.
Joe walked in the studio and seen me. It was like, what are you doing here?
Right.
I'm like,
right.
I thought I was coming to do something.
For war, nigga. That's what we here for.
I thought I was coming to do
shit
something.
Like that.
Yeah, everybody.
We here for war, nigga.
We used to come in that shit, yo, man, fuck all that. Lock the doors, man.
Yeah, lock the doors. Let's go in.
Yo,
talking about?
Shit was crazy, but it was one of them things, like, we be in that motherfucker, it's like,
yo, let me hear some.
it's like everybody looking around the room like, it's 10 million. You know what was the energy between us when we was making them songs? It's $10 million in here. It's 10 niggas in here. Everybody got $1 million.
If
I could knock off a few of these niggas, I could walk away with all of this shit.
And
that's the energy when we was creating these rhymes and then go in the booth.
Like we used to talk shit though.
Yeah, we talking shit to each other.
I'm coming to fuck y'all up tonight.
Yeah,
that's what I'm coming to do.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know
what I'm talking the most shit?
Joe's one of them.
I used to do bullshit. Like I would always say shit like, yo, let me go last. Ran like, yo, you on that bullshit. Let me go last. Because I like to say.
Right.
I ain't trying to get jumped with
this shit. Slick, you want to hear everything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
I want to hear everybody.
You want to hear everybody shit. No, everybody's on the record. Basically, like.
Nah, niggas was basically battling back in the day on them clue tapes.
Yeah,
right.
we was. We was going
ahead.
Y'all
was taking sneak shots.
Oh, me and Joe used to definitely be shooting at each other on every joint we was on. Like we was shooting all at each other. Like on every
the same song, shooting at each other.
Right.
Like it's a shootout. Like dead ass. Like it's shit that carried over from freestyles to other shit. Like I remember when I did the Takeover freestyle and Joe was like, "You think that shit was hot, don't you?"
That's how he talked too.
I was like,
that's how he talked.
Yeah, he's like, and this is right before we did Grand Theft Audio. He's like, okay. So when we get in the studio, didn't know that that's what the song was gonna be, but Clue put the beat on or whatever, and you can't. They wouldn't let us smoke down there in the room when Clue and them was down there. So I went upstairs to the lounge and all that shit. So I'm getting high and shit. Fab and Joe down there putting their shit together. And I left because I was a kid. I left the studio. I don't even remember what the fuck I went and did, but I came back and these niggas' verses was done. Mm-hmm. And when I walked in, Joe looked at me like, and smirked. And when he looked at me, I said, shit, yo, Clue, play this shit? And he's like, keep on following Scarface, plotting the car chase, stop, it's jump off with this. And I'm just looking at that nigga, and he's just staring at me the whole time. I'm like, okay. And that's when I did my version. I said some shit, hang rappers from helicopter, Sosa rap. Yeah. I don't talk, I pulled Sosa pro shit, cloud. Because it was really like that.
Yeah, right.
Shooting. It was that competitive. Shooting. Like it was shit talking and all that. Like, yeah.
So I missed that.
You missed that type of vibe.
I ain't gonna lie. That
that's
shit
why
was
I be
fun,
talking
man.
my shit.
Yeah.
That's why I like talking my shit.
Do you get that? Do you feel like that's gonna reemerge? Like there's gonna be a setting
Absolutely.
where you can have that again?
Absolutely.
What was it like working with Conway?
I didn't actually work. I don't know him like that. I met him a couple times and shit, but it was cool.
Yeah, I don't know him like that either. But he said he wanted to smoke, so I'm just, I'm asking.
No. I'm open for all type. I told him first, like, yo, nigga, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, whatever. Because he had put something up, and he like, yo, what's up? I'm like, nigga, I'm the best.
That's right.
That's how I feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how he feel too. So I'm like, all right, look, let's go.
Still sharp as still.
Let's go. Let's rock. So
I'll be perfectly honest. I ain't even have nothing. Nothing wasn't inspiring me. A lot of people used to be like, yo, you still gonna go at it? I'm listening to all this shit that's on the radio, and I'm like, y'all niggas can't be serious. What am I supposed to listen to get me in the zone?
Me, nigga.
Then you wasn't rapping for a while.
Yeah,
I was like, and niggas keep coming to me, yo, Cain, you gotta drop something. Who am I supposed to listen to before I walk in the studio? Because even at that time, Pusha wasn't even really shooting like that.
Nobody was really shooting though. It was cold for a minute. It was
cold for a minute. But why? Why do you think that was?
Wow, that's a crazy question. I don't think it was really popular to be what we are. You know, because I was what Griselda doing. You know, no disrespect for them, but I was doing that. 60 bars of pain. I had no hook on there. It was just a soul sample and me rapping, right?
Right.
That shit wasn't accepted like it is now. I'd have put that up.
And that was my favorite shit.
A lot of people, if I did that shit
know
now.
that whole shit word for word.
If I'd have did that record now, that is a different story, you know what I'm saying? But when I did it wasn't cool. Like, yo, this nigga ain't got no hook, this nigga ain't got no fancy clothes, this nigga dirty, from the street, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that shit, that pain. What are you talking about, your baby?
Clue used to really try to drag me and rant about that shit in the studio.
Yeah, like, we don't want to hear that shit.
It wasn't him, it was me.
Niggas want to hear that. There's people that want to hear that.
Don't want to hear that shit, Clue. Clue was a nigga that was telling us this shit wasn't going to work.
Like Young Ma blew up off of that.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying?
She
didn't have a hook
Cardi
on
B
that.
Yo, I remember Clue telling niggas like, yo, niggas don't want to hear that shit. That shit is not going to work. So then when 50 dropped, right? I remember sitting in the studio with Rand, I said, yo, I can't wait till this nigga Clue get in here. Cause this nigga numbers just came. This nigga just did like 11 million. I can't wait till this nigga get in here. I really want to hear, I really want this nigga to look me in my face now and tell me this shit this ain't what people want.
You got me in here spitting out lungs out.
I can't wait till this nigga get in here.
Busting
I was
my
mad
brain
about
and
that
shit. This nigga talking some, he just got shot and shit. I'm like, you talking that pain
shit, yeah.
You got me in
Same shit
here.
telling us, yo, y'all don't need to do that.
Nigga.
This nigga is coming out the gate gunning with this shit. And we looking at each other and looking at this nigga
conversation
Clue
with
like,
Joe too, man. I
this
gotta see Joe
nigga here,
about
man.
something. That nigga, this conversation we had and shit, and it kind of changed how I think both of us rap.
What's that?
When we just started the A-Team, just started the shit. We was talking about it and shit. And I rapped that life shit, you know? Right. Mama, I didn't even know what a metaphor was and shit. That's when I'm rapping that Cool G rap, you type shit. He like, Rand, nobody want to hear that shit. So I'm like, what you mean? Like, he was like, no, nobody know your life. They don't give a fuck what you going through. You need to do metaphors and this shit. So I'm like, fuck is a metaphor? He like, so he explained it, so it broke it down to me. And our first freestyle, I forgot what it was. I forgot our first freestyle, whatever. Niggas done started something, I think yeah. And I started implementing metaphor. I tried it, and I'm like, yo, you gotta do this. I shoot guns like this, or my jeans ripped like Hulk Hogan, and I'm thinking of metaphors now, and that kind of shifted. And then this nigga started doing mood music and shit. And I'm like, nigga, now you want to talk about your life and shit?
And that's the shit. Yo,
he wanted your lane.
It's funny though. He's like, yo, just step out your lane real quick. Here go the funniest shit about it, right?
Yeah.
And Red could attest to this because I wanted to always hear how he felt about that. Because whenever I would hear Red and he'd come out the booth, I'd be like, Pain. We would always be stuff like, yeah, that's that Pain music. And when he made mood music, I was like, Joe, you was the same nigga. Because I remember having a similar conversation with him about like rap styles, similes, and metaphors and shit.
Slick nigga, man.
And when he did the mood music shit, I was like, you remember all them dark ass records I had that Clue never put on the tape? Now you gotta give me something else.
We want to hear bars
all the time.
Okay.
Clue would cover the studio. What? I used to rap. I had a line, crap. I had more text than Dennis Rodman.
Trash.
Clue, what are you talking about, man? Yo, y'all niggas, man. Yo, Clue used to be in the studio fucking with us.
Trash.
For real.
Trash.
Funniest shit, man, ever.
Keep that shit. That shit
But we used to really be this, like looking at this nigga like, man, you niggas is crazy.
Yeah.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got is the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now